Something incredible is happening in France. Let's just call it the Je partirai pas election. It's become the soundtrack to Marine Le Pen's national rally right-wing victory.
La démocratie a parlé, et les Français ont placé le Rassemblement national et ses alliés en tête et ont pratiquement effacé le bloc macroniste.
Her party doubled their voting share in the space of just 2 years, leaving Emmanuel Macron's establishment party floundering on just 20%. Drink in all that purple.
The far right have made historic gains. Marine Le Pen's far-right National Party came top with more than a third of the vote.
When they're literally winning national elections because they're supported by a plurality of the French people, at what point do they stop being far-right and just become right? The significance of Le Pen's victory is implicit in the voter turnout numbers.
Turnout was the highest for 40 years.
All across France, there's a rising tide of resentment and anger against the political class. And just like the Euro elections, shit libs aren't taking it too well. That awkward moment when you discover the idyllic bit of rural France where you booked that lovely Jeep for this summer just voted massively for the fascists. That's on you, mate. You could have booked somewhere a lot more diverse. I've heard Paris is lovely this time of year. Oh, no, wait, it's a shithole, isn't it? Don't worry, Britain's FBPE libtards will eat their own hypocrisy like a baguette and continue to holiday in one of the most reactionary coded places in Europe as they turn a blind eye to what's needed to keep it worth visiting. The streets of Paris are now full, yet again, of leftists having hissy fits over the result of a democratic election. Observe the flags. Palestinian flags, gay pride flags, communist flags. Yet shockingly, given that they supposedly care so much about the direction of their country, not a single French flag in sight. These are the same people who vote for parties who claim they're fighting National Rally to preserve democracy. Then when National Rally wins a democratic vote, they all go out and explode into violent temper tantrums. Funny way to show your support for democracy. We love democracy until someone we don't like wins a democratic election. Then we'll set buildings on fire. Before the election results came out, shops in major cities across the country boarded up all their windows. I mean, why would they need to do that? These people just love democracy. But here's what they're really mad about. Le Pen and Bardella still have a radical agenda that would roil French society. It includes policies such as slashing immigration, ending birthright citizenship, and creating a national preference for French citizens on social housing and welfare programs. You mean to say they want to put French people first? In France? Oh no, what a radical agenda. They must be stopped. Kylian Mbappé took a big fat L.
Donc c'est pour ça que j'ai vraiment envie de m'adresser à tout le peuple français et surtout à la jeune génération. Je pense qu'on est une génération qui peut faire la différence. Aujourd'hui, on voit très bien que les extrêmes sont aux portes du pouvoir et on a l'opportunité de choisir le futur de notre pays. J'ai envie d'être fier de porter ce maillot le 7. J'ai pas envie de représenter un pays qui correspond pas à mes valeurs, qui correspond pas à nos valeurs.
Well, that little intervention failed, didn't it? Le Pen has enjoyed surging support from native French people under the age of 34, with TikTok being one of the primary reasons.
Incredible things happening in France. TikTok's being flooded with right-wing content. Zuma has a response to those who call her racist. Me? Racist? Shit, okay.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez que je réponde? Je m'en fous.
Hence the viral success of that naughty song Je partirai pas.
Je partirai pas, si tu partiras, et plutôt que tu crois, on t'a assez donné, maintenant tu peux te casser, ton débarras et ne reviens pas.
which has become an anthem for a generation of disaffected anti-mass migration French Zoomers. To such an extent that in another clear example of election interference, days before the election, TikTok banned the song from its platform entirely after some far-left activist group ludicrously claimed it was a provocation to racial hatred. Too late, it had already gone viral weeks beforehand.
Je partirai pas si tu partiras. Et plus tôt que tu crois, on t'a assez donné.
National Rally's youth popularity is also being driven by the country's potential next Prime Minister, 28-year-old Zoomer King Jordan Bardella.
Y'a du soleil et Bardella, la la li la la la. La France est là, oui on est là, la la li la la la. Adieu Macron, adieu Jean-Mich, la la li la la la. Y'a du soleil et Bardella, la la li la la la.
Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly. Time goes by so slowly.
Also note the huge vote for Le Pen amongst the lower classes. Unlike the commies, she's the real voice of the people. Now attention turns to the crucial second round of voting this Sunday. Far leftist head of France Unbowed, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the biggest party in the left-wing alliance, said his party would stand down candidates for the second round in areas where they came third. And Macron's PM indicated his party would return the favour, a clear attempt to stop the National Rally from obtaining an absolute parliamentary majority of 289 seats. The far left and the centre-left establishment will close ranks in a bid to block Le Pen. But the centre-right Republicans, who got around 10% of yesterday's vote, have already made it clear they'll refuse to form an alliance with National Rally, going so far as to oust party leader Eric Ciotti for even suggesting it. If the Republicans could get over themselves and make the alliance, Le Pen's National Rally would be virtually guaranteed an absolute parliamentary majority and be in full control of enacting policy. But the Conservatives are set to ride to the rescue of the left and the political establishment yet again.
Sans majorité claire, il se trouvera toujours quelques féodalités anciennes, des inerties programmées et de basses manœuvres pour faire échec à la vraie alternance dont le pays a urgemment besoin. C'est pourquoi je vous invite, mes chers compatriotes, à renouveler votre vote si vous avez choisi nos candidats au premier tour.
Could National Rally secure that parliamentary majority anyway, and impose the kind of strict immigration and deportation policies that could save the country? Given that the entirety of the political establishment is pulling every dirty trick in the book to prevent them from doing so, it's going to be a tough ask, especially since France's deep state of civil servants has vowed to defy Le Pen even if she wins a majority. You know, because they really care about democracy and all, but projections show they still have an outside chance of winning an absolute majority in the final round of voting this coming Sunday. What she's already achieved is monumental, but if Le Pen somehow manages to pull off that parliamentary majority, the shockwaves will be felt throughout Europe, and the continent may have one last chance to save itself from the calamity caused by mass migration.
Vive la République, vive la France!